Okay, so this is a historic day in the short but memorable history of Iron Church. We got episode 2, a very, very exciting guest, a very good friend of mine. This man here has 2.4 million subscribers on YouTube. He's got 2.4 million subscribers, or actually, I guess, followers on TikTok, 1.2 on Instagram.
Yes.
So almost 7 million followers and subscribers across all platforms. Pretty crazy.
Yes.
But more than that, Jentzen is a very good friend of mine. Somewhat of a little brother too, although in a lot of ways I look up to you. So I have my guy Jentzen Ramirez here. And again, on Iron Church, the purpose of this is Iron Church, at least to me and to a lot of folks, is kind of like a place of therapy, right? It's a place where we get better. And so the idea behind this podcast is to, have other successful people on the podcast. So we got Jentzen Ramirez. Let's go.
Thank you. I appreciate being here. I'm excited. I want you to absolutely kill me today. And I'm just excited to be in the gym. The gym is always a good place because, it's like therapy, like you said. If I'm ever having a tough day, I know I can count on going to the gym and feeling better afterwards. So it's always nice that you can count on the gym because it's always going to be there in some fashion, right?
For sure.
Even if you can't go to the gym, you can always go on a run. You can always do something to just better yourself and help you. So
definitely.
I'm excited.
It's crazy too, because after, COVID time, everyone kind of got dormant. So many people just sat down. And the truth is there's so much that's going on in the world. You can't keep in all of it. So that's why the gym is the best.
Yes.
We love the gym.
Absolutely.
So today we're going to hit a push day. So we're going to hit some chest. We're going to hit little shoulders. And we're going to hit some triceps as well.
I'm excited because I just hit my legs a few days ago and they're still sore. So this was perfect.
I saw him walking and he was like,
I know, literally. The stairs were not fun.
So Jentzen, I got to ask you a question. So obviously in this day and age, you're not just an influencer, but you're kind of like a mega influencer, I would say.
Right.
Is this something you envisioned for yourself 5 years ago when you kind of started, or longer than that?
I mean, that's a hard question. So I'll tell the viewers a little bit of a backstory about myself. Some people may know this, some people may not. But I look at Bryan, by the way, absolutely killing it over here. I moved to California when I was 5.5, 6 years old. Actually, because my sister, which you've met, obviously,
Liliana,
wanted to be an actress and stuff, and so she booked her first ever audition whenever she came out here, and then ever since then, my family decided to. How many, by the way?
Let's do 10.
Okay. My family decided to move here. To pursue her dreams. And then I essentially saw how much fun she was having. And I wanted to try it out myself. I think that was 10.
Yeah, that sounded it looked like 10.
It's hard to do all these things at once, keep a train of thought, count this.
We're going to rub your belly, tap your head.
Know. That's a lot.
We'll put it 25 to start. Let's just warm up.
Anyways, but to answer your question, so I've been in this industry for quite a long time. I started off as an actor, right?
Yeah.
And then, I was already watching YouTube at such a young age, when I was 7, 8, and I was like, that looks like so much fun. And then I got into YouTube myself.
Yeah.
And now I've done it ever since in social media. So, I've been doing this for so long. To answer your question is 5 years ago, I was kind of already doing it. So I did kind of picture myself, hopefully at this point and still doing it.
Yeah. I think one thing that's really interesting and kind of wild is, I think a lot of people come to LA with expectations of, being an actor or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the times they really, really struggle with kind of making that dream come true. And I think it has to tie in with expectations. Would you say that kind of your lack of expectations has kind of led to your success?
Yes.
Let's do 10. I'll spot you. I got you.
All right.
2, 3, a little slower. 4, yep. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10.
One of the things I need to work on is breathing more whenever I lift. Because I hold my breath sometimes. I'm like, that's not good.
Let's take a second. So again, the lack of not having expectations. Do you think that's helped you?
I would definitely say so because you get a lot of no's in this industry.
For sure. Yeah.
Which might be the same thing for you and yours.
Yeah.
We're putting a 45 on?
Let's put a 45 on, yeah.
And so going into, anything in the entertainment world, not expecting anything, I think is good.
For sure.
Because of how many no's you get. So if you get your hopes up every single time, you're just going to get your dreams crushed.
100%.
And I've had that happen to me a lot before. So now I just go into everything I do with kind of no expectations. So I don't get my dreams crushed.
Awesome. Yeah. So one thing that what I've found as well is kind of like the deeper sense of why, that you have a reason for doing what you're doing, will help you persevere through all those no's. If you have like a very surface level reason for doing things, like let's say, hey, I want to make like a ton of money. Yeah. Well, the first deal that doesn't go through, you're gonna be like crushed.
Yeah.
You got to like find an anchor or a reason. It's something that's more powerful than whatever the surface level thing is.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. So like for me, it's like building a family. Like that's a dream I've always had because I come from like a big family.
Right.
And in a lot of ways, like the rest of the stuff is kind of like surface level and comes and goes.
Right.
But family is one of those things that's like, is forever. And so for me, like that dream is like why I'm showing up every day. But for you, I know you have a couple different whys.
I do have a couple different whys. I think my main one personally is the reason why I fell in love with this industry and stuff is because I love bringing joy to people. And so, I just want to bring a smile to someone's face. And if I can do that through, social media or the content I make, then that makes me happy that I can make, someone else's day. Once again, look at Bryan killing it over here. But if I can make someone's day, that makes me happy. And that's why I do what I do. I just want people to, at the end of the day, smile and be happy. Yeah. And I'll get messages from the people who follow.
25 and 10. 25 and 10.
Okay. I'll get messages from the people who follow me saying like, that they've been going through something really hard in their life.
Yeah.
And watching my videos that I make and stuff distracts them from that and brings them joy. And that always makes me feel so good.
We love that.
So that's why I do what I do. I would just want to bring people joy and make people happy.
That's awesome.
At the end of the day, that's what I just want to base my business all around.
That's fantastic. And especially in a day and age where, that might not always be celebrated. I do think that's a really fantastic thing.
Yeah.
So it's very, very cool. So, okay, let's go for 8 here.
8? Okay.
So we'll stay focused on this one. So I got you. 3, 4, 5. 3 more. 6, 7. Last one. And 8.
I can go more.
Go 2 more. Go 2 more, brother. Yeah. Come on. He's feeling it. He says that's light. He says that's light.
I mean, if I can, I might as well.
Hey.
That's not gonna hurt.
Dang, that low key is a bar. That should be on a t-shirt. If I can, I might as well. So another part of what you do too. So obviously you do acting.
Yeah.
Let's do 45 and let's do 25 too.
Okay.
So a lot, another part of what you do as well is you do like your own stunts, right? You're like the modern day Jackie Chan.
I don't know if I can.
Or Tom Cruise. I don't know. You pick.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day. But I don't know if I can say that quite yet.
No, it's okay.
But yeah, no, I love doing stunts. I grew up obviously in the entertainment industry as well. My parents put me in a martial arts school that also taught acrobatics as well. Here we go. Bryan's killing it. Nice. 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 Let's go.
Yeah, that'll work.
Absolutely crush that. I've never done something like this. Working out and talking this much is it's a different thing. What was the question again?
The question is, let's just leave the 45 on.
Okay.
My question is you do your own stunts.
Yes,
so
yes.
In terms of like talking about training, right? Like what does that kind of look like? Is that what got you into that? And
so I started off at in all of that at a young age. I got my black belt as well, and while I was getting my black belt, I was doing acrobatic classes as well. So that's where I learned how to flip. So I can like backflip and tumble and do all those cool things. And then I was on a stunt team for a little bit, which unfortunately closed down during COVID. But through that, I worked on Captain Marvel.
Nice.
Did stunts. They painted my whole body blue. I was an alien.
Sick. Yeah. Goals.
Which that was super cool. So I learned through just that, community and stunts because it's relatively small here in LA.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, ever since COVID, it kind of slowed down for me.
Yeah.
Which I want to get back into it a lot more. Because that's when I started focusing heavily on social media because I just had all that time to just pour into that.
So there's so many places that we can go, and there's so many things I want to talk about. Because I know you and I know this is like, I know that a lot of like your success came during like the COVID time, and even just before then, you kind of like, had that hockey stick, like kind of like this, and all of a sudden, took off.
Right.
And now we're talking about it, and now you're 18, right?
Yes.
So you just turned 18, which is massive.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a whole new world of things opens up for you.
It is.
What are you seeing with like your audience and stuff like that? That's seeing you grow now too, because you're kind of growing with them.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. So it's interesting because I started making YouTube videos and content when I was 13 years old.
Yeah.
Now I'm 18, so that's 5 years later, and that also means all the people who were watching my videos are 5 years older, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And so they're growing with me, and that means I need to kind of mature with them. So my content has to mature as well, to keep people interested in watching. So that's kind of something that I've been, working on, trying to mature and grow up with my content as well. To keep people engaged,
which can sometimes be kind of hard too, because realistically, like I've made a ton of mistakes in my life, like in college especially. Like I had a lot of highs and a lot of lows. Like for me it was like partying too much and then wake up the next day and I'm like, what happened the last 24 hours? Like
just don't remember.
I don't remember. It might have drank too much, but I was definitely 21 for all the records. So it can be one of those things too, where, at the end of the day, you're human, right?
Yeah. That's true. I think, everyone, of course, makes mistakes and stuff. I still think it's important, though, to have fun and enjoy life. For sure. Life is short. You only live for so long, so...
You only got one.
You only got one. You got to try to make
this. You got 6 to 8 reps. 6 to 8.
I can just talk all day.
That's good. It's all good.
All right.
Okay. 6 to 8. Yep. Let's go for it. Nice. There you go. 2. Breathe in. Nice, brother. 3. 4. 5. 3 more. 6. 2 more. 7. Last one. Go ahead. 8. Nice. Perfect.
There we go.
Do you feel a sense of pressure, like to be a role model to this group now that because you have an audience of about, 7 million.
Yeah, combined.
So,
I had to grow up really fast, right? And I
for sure
love and adore my fans, and everyone who's watched me and watches me. So for a while I felt that pressure of, posting every single week, making sure I had content constantly for them. Yeah. And I did get a little burned out and it was a little bit draining. So I kind of took a step back, started focusing on myself for a little bit. And then I'm, going back into it. Yeah. But I had to, make sure I didn't get too focused, too overwhelmed on just like the content stuff. Cause I was spending so much time on all of that and on the content and the business that I was like losing some relationships with like my family, because I just wasn't giving them any attention because I was just working on content all the time. So it was tough, but now I think I have a good balance of it all.
That's good. Do you want to like talk more about that? Because I know obviously you've been through some family stuff too. Only what you feel comfortable sharing, right? Obviously.
Right. So my family definitely went through some tough times when I was, making videos and stuff. Yep. I don't know if I want to say too much, but
you're good, brother.
There was a lot of things that happened. I know a lot of kids have gone through it as well with their families, and it's never fun. So just know I relate to all the people out there who have had some tough family struggles. Good job.
Thank you, brother. There's another podcaster that I really look up to. His name's Ed Milet.
Okay.
Right?
I don't know if I haven't heard of him.
So he's a performance coach, and he's a performance coach who works with a lot of UFC fighters, a lot of like celebrities and stuff like that. But one thing that he talks about that I think is really, really interesting is he says that typically the things that are like we feel as a detriment to us, hard things that we've been through, we think that that's the thing that like holds us back.
Right.
When in reality, it's like those experiences that happened that actually become like your strength, and when it's like the hardest.
Yeah.
Because you're like, and the fact is, you get to help people too that have had tough family struggles too.
Yeah. It's so true. And I couldn't agree with that more, honestly, because all the tough things I've gone through with my family and stuff, it's only made me a stronger person. And I only learned things from it. You know, I learned what not to do, what to do in the future, you know, so it taught me a lot of things. It made me grow up fast, which I'm partially grateful for. And so that's the beauty of all those tough things you go through in life is you most of the time come out a stronger person at the end of it. So
let's put a 10 on a 10.
Yeah.
Not to cut you off.
No, you're good.
But I mean, realistically, like if you think about it this way, you've been in a career for 5 years.
Yeah.
Like you're like halfway to becoming almost a master at that career. Because they say like if you do anything for 10 years or 10,000 hours, as Justin Bieber would say, is essentially like that makes you a master in that thing. Yeah. Well, you technically started this profession at 13 years old. Like when I was 13, I was definitely just like riding my bike to Carl's Jr. and like throwing water balloons at cars. Yeah. You know, so no, it's definitely crazy.
Yeah, wild
time.
It's gone by so fast too, those 5 years.
But the great news is you're only 18 years old. Like you have it all. You have it's good right here.
I know.
It's killing it. Okay, so there you go. Looks good. 3, 2, 1. Okay, 6 1. 1. Yep, I'm with you, brother. 2. Nice. I got you. 3. Money. 3 more. Got it. 4. Yes, sir. 2 more. Go. Okay, 1 more. I'm with you. Let's go. Up. Hey, beast.
There we go.
Beast. Let's go.
Well
done. Okay. How many sets have we done? So we did.
I think we're probably about done, right?
Okay. I'm gonna do one more. Okay. You don't have to. I'm going to.
No, do it.
Let's put 245s on.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for 6.
Dang.
I may or may not need some support.
I'll be there.
Thanks, bro. Okay, here we go. So for 6, ready?
Yep.
1. Okay. 1. 2. 3. Nice. Might need help.
Yep. 5. There you go. 1 more. Let's go.
Thank you, brother.
Of course. Let's go.
Hey.
That was awesome.
Okay, had you not been at that last one, would it not?
That would have been tricky.
This is why I can't do a solo episode of this podcast.
Yeah. No solo episodes.
I'm only gonna have to do it like live. So they're like, "Hey, Bryan's still under the bar."
That's funny.
All right, let's move on to the next thing.
All right, we're on to the next thing, guys.
So we're on to the next thing. We moved since we last saw us. So we're gonna do shoulder press. So shoulder press this way. So overhead. You think we can do 40s?
Do we want to start with 40s or do we?
You're right. Good call. I'll be back. All right. So 30s.
Thank you for getting that.
Yeah. Boom. 1, 2.
Should I leave my legs here? Is that what this for?
You can. It's up to either way you're comfortable. They both work fine. Just start there, and if you don't like it, then
yeah. All right.
Here you go. So 6 to 10. Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9. 1 more. 10. Yes, sir. Nice. Okay. So I got one for you. So where do you see yourself and your business in like 5 years? Like, what do you foresee for the brand that is your Jentzen Ramirez?
Hopefully a trillionaire.
A trillionaire, is that so?
I'm just kidding. Yeah, you know, I think one of the big things that I want to try right now is to like start diversifying my business.
Okay.
And not have all my eggs in one basket, in social media. I definitely want to invest my money into multiple different things, which is important for everyone watching. Invest your money.
For sure.
Because it's good for you.
I just bought my first Zillow stock today.
Really?
Because I believe that Zillow, well, one, I work a lot with Zillow.
Right.
But I feel like Zillow's it kind of moves with the market, and I think the market will get better.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you got to invest. You want to diversify your portfolio.
That's true. What are your thoughts on crypto?
Not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Well, the people who are in office now today, they tend to stand with cryptocurrency. So I think for those invested, we'll probably see some returns on that.
Yeah.
Personally, I always like tangible assets.
Right.
Now, buying a bit of a company like Zillow through stocks is in some ways tangible too.
Right.
But for me, like real estate, I think is the best investment because it's still an investment, getting 5 to 10%. But I can invite my friends over. I can have Thanksgiving at my investment.
That's true. Thanksgiving's actually tomorrow.
While
we're filming this.
So personally, that's what I like.
Any thoughts on like gold and silver or investing in that?
You know what? I just went to a conference like last month.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a Christian-based conference, right?
That's awesome.
And they had someone that talking about gold and silver.
Yeah.
And again, that's a tangible asset too, so I think it's smart. But there was also a speaker that spoke at that event too that was like $1 million in debt and like was really, really struggling. And then he met someone that was into like stock market and stocks. And so he's on a limb kind of like came together like $5,000-6,000 to take this course, whatever, and learn like the stock game.
Wow.
Well, from learning that, now himself, he's has a net worth of $500,000 to $1 million. And so at the same conference, they were like giving back to teach people how to do that.
That's cool.
And so once I heard that guy's success, I was like, I'm going to learn stocks, which is why I'm not doing stocks. But I mean, gold, to each their own.
Yeah.
So
my dad started his first, not his first business, but let's say his bigger business with gold.
Okay.
Because he invested in gold, obviously when it was a lot lower, right? And then a few years later, he sold it for a lot more and was able to start his business like that.
Nice.
It was really cool, especially when he tells the story.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
So your dad kind of had a very similar experience where he was like,
yeah,
it helped him take off.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
right.
So, you ready?
Do I do 30s again or 40s?
Let's do 30s again. Let's go for 10. I want you to go a little lower.
Okay.
Really get into those shoulders. Get all the way down.
Cool. All right.
There you go. That's what's going to be 1, 2, 3. Control coming down. 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 more. Yep. 2 more. 1 more. Last one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wow.
All right.
Nice. Okay. I'm going to go up to 45s. We can put these guys back. Okay. So when you say diversify your portfolio, is there like what does that diversity kind of look like? So you said you're trying to expand past, social media. Are you going to come out with a chocolate bar? Is that what's next?
I don't think that's my next move.
No.
I think there's someone already doing that probably better than I could.
Never sell yourself short, Jentzen.
That's true. But so diversifying my business, like I said, investing is very important. Investing in a property in the future is definitely something that I'm hoping to do in the next year.
I know a guy that can help you.
Really? So that's probably one of my next big moves with diversification.
Yeah.
And also finding other revenue streams as well.
Yeah.
So, but and to answer your question, ultimately, diversification and making more people happy and smile at the end of the day and also scaling my business, hiring more employees, you know, getting it to a place where I don't need to be physically there all the time.
Yeah.
And it can kind of almost run itself a little bit. I only need to show up for, you know, like when they really need me.
Definitely. So. All right. So Jentzen, one of your many passions that you have, aside from the karate kicking doors down like Chuck Norris or doing backflips off of random things, is you love to travel.
I do right? Really like to travel. Yes.
Where's the coolest place that you've traveled, and why is it your favorite?
So I've been to some really cool places, but I think my favorite place of all time is probably Japan. When I was there, I went like a year and a half ago or so, about maybe getting close to 2 years ago, and it was the cleanest, quietest city I've ever been. And it was so cool because, you know, their public transit system works so well.
Yeah.
And then the food that they have there is amazing. So if you're a sushi lover, you know, you'd absolutely love it in Japan. I actually wasn't the biggest sushi and fish person before I went. But then after I went, it like completely changed me. And now I'm like the biggest sushi and fish, and just
but they probably set the bar pretty high though, because like at the end of the day, like Japan is the home of where sushi is created.
Right.
The fish is probably exceptional.
It is. And then it's like the food there is so much healthier than what's here in the US.
For sure.
And it's like low key kind of sad because when my dad was there with me, he didn't have to take any insulin and stuff while he was there.
Wow.
Because how clean and healthy the food is. It's like, it's amazing.
That's incredible. We should learn from the Japanese culture.
We should. They do a lot of things well over there. So I'm a big fan.
So super, and you hit your set. You got 15. So super clean.
Yes.
Really good food.
And then just
really seamless travel.
Just down like that. Any tips? No.
Don't pass out. No.
Don't pass out.
You have it right. Just try to keep your elbows in. What you're doing is great.
Okay.
How low can you go? There you go.
I haven't done these in a minute.
You used to be Mr. Calisthenic, bro.
I know.
You still got it. 5 more, brother. 5 more. 1, 2. You got it. 3. 2 more. 4. Last one. 9.
I lost count there for a second. So
it was at least 11. Honestly, the viewers will probably be able to go back.
I know.
And
they're going to be like, you did 14 instead of 15.
Hold them accountable, you guys. We got to hold them accountable. Oh man.
Yeah.
So one thing, yeah. So that's cool.
Yeah. No, I really liked Japan for those reasons, and then I've been to Europe twice. I went to Morocco with my dad as well.
Nice.
That was really cool and really fun. And I also like the Bahamas a lot. I've been 3 times now, and it's so fun over there.
What makes that fun?
Because how pretty it is and how warm the water is, and I like just going on boats and stuff, and it's like awesome. It's like the perfect place to do that.
That made you tired?
No, it's like the constant talking and working out. I'm like, I can't catch a break.
Yeah, bro.
No, it's good though. It's good.
We're running our mouths too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What about you? I'm sure you've been to some cool places.
You know what? This past year has been the first time I've really like traveled. Like
nice.
You know, one thing I love is our family does this thing every 5 years. We go on like a family vacation.
Nice.
So like a lot of them have been to like Hawaii, like Maui, which is beautiful. This year though, it's my parents' I think 30th anniversary, and we went to Spain. So we went to Barcelona.
Nice.
Which is actually really cool. It was my first time in Europe. So it's definitely like...
The food was good over there.
The food's phenomenal. Yeah. And they do like tapas style, which is like obviously like little plates.
Right.
And that's always really, really cool. Because again, they have like more reasonable portions than Americans. Because you just put the food in front of us, we like black out and start eating everything. We're like, oh, this is not...
Yeah.
This is not it.
Have you ever been to Buc-ee's before?
Nah. Is it crazy?
You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, I've heard that name before.
So it's like a gas station in Texas and Florida in the South.
Yeah.
And it's like they have 100+ gas pumps. So it's like the biggest gas station you've ever been to. It's like a mini grocery store when you go in and stuff. Yeah. It's really cool. But like their cup sizes when you go get like a like a Coke or whatever is like
super giant gold. Yeah.
I'm like, who needs that much?
Nobody does. No one does. Unless it's water, then we all do.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I need to drink more of. I just need, like, it's not that I drink unhealthy stuff. I just need to drink more water.
I mean, that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Water keeps things moving in your body, which
Yeah.
is an important thing. Drink your water. Plus, we're made up of like 60% water.
That's
so
right.
It's good. So I went to Barcelona.
Nice.
From Barcelona, we went on a cruise to Greece.
Oh, I want to go to
So
Greece.
we went to Santorini, Mykonos. Then we went to Malta, which is where they filmed like Game of Thrones.
Nice.
It's like so ancient. You're like, is this real? It's painted gold.
That's cool.
Which is fun. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. 3 more. Oh no. Dos. Tres. Okay.
Nice.
And then we went to Turkey. And then this year,
you guys traveled
a ton.
A little bit.
And then my girlfriend and I, she's from Norway, so she was born there. Yeah. And so we went there to meet a bunch of her family.
Nice.
It was actually so dope.
About that, how are you guys doing?
We're doing amazing.
Good.
We're doing phenomenal. Good. So she's definitely the love of my life. I'll say it.
That's good.
I'll tell everyone. You heard it here first, YouTube, or second, I'm not sure. But, no, she's incredible, brother. She's phenomenal, and
good.
Yeah, she's my person. So
that's always good.
When you know, you know. You know?
That's right. That's right.
So what's the number one place on your bucket list to travel to that you haven't been to just yet?
That's hard. That's hard. That Greece is up there for sure. I don't know if that's my number one. I want to go to.
So cool.
I want to go to Thailand. I want to go to Phuket, which is in Thailand. I want to go to. Where else?
Have you been to Italy or no?
No. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
My dad just went there. I'm jealous. He
TFTI? No invite?
Yeah. No, he did invite me. I just was busy. But he went to like the Pagani factory.
Okay.
And met Pagani himself.
What?
Yeah. And like got to tour around all the multi-million-dollar cars. I was like crazy.
So in terms of branding, right? Because you are Jentzen Ramirez is a brand, right? And you know, in my line of work, I'm also working on building a brand. What advice do you give in terms of like building out that brand?
Oh my gosh.
Long-winded, huh? And we got to work out while we do it.
I know. That's the hard thing. Like my mind's just like. This has been like tricky because usually when I do these kind of podcasts, like I'm just sitting at a desk in front of a mic and I can give my 100% attention and focus to these questions.
Let's go.
But now I gotta lift weights too. That's hard. Okay. Maybe. Oh gosh, my arms are tired.
Too much? Okay.
No, I think this should be good.
Here. I'll trade you. Take these ones.
Are you sure? I feel like I could give it a try.
Okay, let me spot you.
Yeah. Sorry.
You're good.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Up, you got it.
Okay. And then
slide bend on the elbows. I'm just gonna guide it. Slide bend on the elbows, and it's gonna come out like this, and you're coming all the boom, just like that. Here you go for 6 of them. 2, 3, 4. 2 more. 5. Here you go. And 6. You're good, my brother.
Yeah, I should probably start with a little less.
It's okay. Yeah. We're there.
Okay.
The upside is that we don't have to explain because technically the viewers are able to see how much we've already done. So they're, you know.
That's true. They don't know. Okay.
So because we're going to do reps, take these top ones.
Okay.
And then let's do like 20 reps this
way.
Okay. Okay? Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I got to answer your question now. So
yeah.
The question was like the best way to continue building out your brand.
Yeah. Like what did that look like for you? Is it something you put thought into, or did it kind of just like build itself and you were like, okay.
Know, I've gone through a lot of different like stages in my brand and everything, and I've learned a lot.
I guess what advice would you give to like 13-year-old Jentzen when he first started on like how to think about your brand and business?
You know, I think if I was giving advice to my young self, I would have, you know, said to give like more things to your audience other than just videos, right?
Wow,
so
okay.
For a while, I just had, I had some merchandise. I was selling it. I was shipping it and packaging it all out of my own garage, all myself when I was like 14.
Wow.
Which was hard and difficult. And, you know, ultimately I had to stop that because it became too overwhelming because I was doing it all myself. I didn't want to promote it because the more I promoted it, the more packages I had to fulfill. And then the more of my time was going to that, right?
Yeah.
And so I definitely would have told myself when I was younger to diversify more, invest more into my company, and grow a bigger team early on.
Yeah.
But from a branding perspective, here's something that I would say is good. Across all the different platforms you're posting on, you want it to be consistent.
Yeah.
And like you can't have, you know, posting workout stuff on YouTube, right? And then you going and posting
real estate stuff.
Well, sure, maybe, or like beauty and glam on Instagram, right?
Okay,
It should all be, you know, consistent across all the platforms.
Yeah.
And work well all together, right? Especially if someone sees a short form content of you, like a short video.
Yeah.
It should make them want to go to your long form stuff.
Yeah.
And keep watching it there. So I think consistency, making sure all your content works together as one big machine, 100%. I think is good for helping build your brand up.
So I have a question too, and I appreciate that because that's good, powerful insight.
Yeah.
Is I heard like from another, he's actually a realtor that's like really big on branding, and he says like, essentially like for example, like if you're a real estate agent, like you're not just solely a real estate agent, like you're also, like at least in my life, like bodybuilding and working out is really important to me. It's like a big part of my character.
Right.
And I think if like it wasn't all also about like feeding the family and building generational wealth, like I'd probably just strictly be in training space because I love this. And for me, it's time always like well spent. So I feel like it's a part of my identity. And then another part of my identity is like who I am as like a partner to my girlfriend too, right? Like my life partner. And so I feel like showing those insights allows people to like connect with that version of me too.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's like something that's important to like show as well? Like,
yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think people, you know, one of the things that people love is feeling like they know you personally and like you're a friend to them. Because like I've met a lot of, you know, people who've come up to me who've watched my videos, right? They act like they know everything about me.
Yeah,
and it's like weird because I'm meeting them for the first time, but they've spent some of these people have spent hundreds of hours watching my content and they know like so many different things about me. I don't know them at all. And
it's true,
like that's sometimes weird to think about because they know so much about me, right? And what's cool about that though is like there's that brand, right?
Yeah, and they know what to expect when they meet you.
They know
like, I already know what you like, what you laugh about, like what, you know, all that stuff.
They can connect with me on a personal level, which I think is why it's important to share all those details because people love getting to know the real you, what you're like on a day-to-day basis, and connect to you personally, rather than it just being like straight business.
For sure.
You know what 100%. I'm saying? So
100%.
Yeah, I think, you know, showing the personal side of you is important on social media.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
Okay. Here you go, Jay. Take these guys.
Okay.
Well, let's do 15 reps. 15.
Great.
I think this is the most workout plus mental workout you've been in a while.
This is a challenge. All right.
Let's go. There you go. Nice. Yep. 5. Nice. 5 more. Here you go. 3 more. 2. Last one. Okay.
All right.
All right, here we go. All right, Jentzen, here, last question. What question have I not asked you that I should have asked you about?
You should have asked me about.
Yeah.
That's difficult. That's a difficult question right there. I'm thinking, guys. Sorry. I'm slower because of the working out. I don't know. Maybe like goals in the gym.
There you go.
We can both talk about that.
There you go. Where are you going to be in 1 year? What goals do you have?
Probably, I want to just be more jacked.
Let's go.
Like, I don't know how else to put it. I think more defined muscles, which, that has to do with your diet as well.
100%.
Which is a big portion of it.
It's 90% of it.
Yeah. It's just, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
I know you're a busy person, right?
Sure.
With everything. But you still manage to find time and make, the gym a priority and working out. Do you have any tips for that, or
for sure
anything? Any advice on that? The
number one thing is that you have to be very, very intentional.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be clear on what it is that you want. That's perfect. And the fact is it's discipline. Honestly, discipline's not really. It is a thing. Discipline is like just doing everything that's within your intention.
Right.
And if it's not within that, then it's like you kind of you say no to it.
Right.
I think the more clarity that you have on the actual game plan of like how you're going to do it. So for example, I'll say this, like I just hired my coach again so I can get on stage next year about this time.
So like a whole year from now, right?
So I'm starting a year from now, but right now it's not even so much like being super strict as much, strict. Like my coach gives me a game plan on like every meal, right? Like it's weighed out to the gram,
That's crazy.
So for me, like twice a week, thank God to my girlfriend, shout out Celine.
Yeah.
That she helps, actually allow me to like prep this food and like, So twice a week we actually like weigh out all the foods and like prep like half the week, and then on Wednesday we prep it again.
Does she eat it too?
No,
No.
I of course she's more than welcome to.
Right. I didn't know if you guys were both kind of doing it together,
No, we both like definitely like prioritize protein and stuff like that, but those things, we have different goals. Like I have a goal, and again, it's like the more calculated that you are in your process, the more calculated you can be in your result. Yeah. And so for me, and I know that because I've experienced it before, like once being very calculated and once being like, pretty close. And then you get on stage and you're like, my results were pretty close. Versus my other one was like, I gave the best I could.
Right.
And so for me, I want to be able to get on stage and say like I left nothing on the table. Like I just gave everything I had, and that was my sole intention.
That's awesome.
So, and it's crazy because once you like, and I told this to Celine yesterday, I said a made up mind is really hard to break. And so for me, it was like making the decision that I'm going to do it. And then yesterday, like my family had like numero uno's pizza. That's my favorite pizza. Yeah. I had it for like
I think we had it once, right?
Bro, I brought it. Yeah, exactly. You came over. I love numero uno's. But like legit, like that was the pizza for like 6 of my birthday parties growing up. Like that's how much I love it. And but when I was there, I was like, it's not even a chance of a decision. I'm like, it's not even a possibility.
Yeah.
First of all, because I've taken the time to weigh out my food. I'm like, So for me, it's just becoming like really serious with your goal. At the end of the day, it's like a confidence thing because you're making a promise to yourself. And the more you do exactly what you say you're going to do, every time I eat one of those meals, I'm making promise on that Bryan that's going to get on stage next year.
Yeah.
And so for me, like, I love that. And I love the clarity of it. And no one can take that from me. As long as I do what I say I'm going to do, I'm good.
That's great. Have you found any tips? Because I absolutely love food, right?
For sure.
Those pizzas sound so good. So have you found any good, healthy workarounds to, help those yummy cravings that you have, Because, I eat, I would say, quite healthy. But every once in a while, a pizza sounds good, or like a nice ice cream or
100%.
sweet treat. And so I don't know if you found anything to help those cravings or.
Well, first of all, absolutely. It depends on your goal and like the depth of your goal. Like for me, I'm going to get on stage. So like for me, I'm going to stay like 97% accurate.
Right.
Because that's just my own goal.
Yeah.
Now, if like you were a client of mine, let's say in the personal training realm, I would say like you can have all the foods. So you can have the pizza. You can have all those things. You just have to make it make sense for like your your calorie spending.
Yeah.
Like for me, I would prioritize protein with everything I eat, and then I would eat like ice cream and pizza, and I would still win the week.
Right.
So again, it's like the more you account for it, you can have it all.
Yeah.
Like right now, I have like one cheat meal. So tomorrow for Thanksgiving, I'm gonna go ham. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Honey ham. Come on.
Yeah.
So that's that. But yeah, I mean, I would say like clarity definitely helps. And if you know that like eating that pizza is actually towards your goal, like tell your mind that it's towards your goal, because it can be, as long as you win the week, then you can have it. And you can black out while you eat it. Close your eye, go crazy, dip in ranch.
Right.
I love ranch.
Yeah, ranch is good. Steven's figured out how to make homemade ranch.
Nice.
I know.
Nice. So, but it just depends on the goal. It depends on the goal. But again, like at your age, like I go by like the 80-20 rule.
Right.
Like 80% like high protein on brand, and then 20% whatever the heck you want. And then you're totally good.
Right.
It's just when you have like, 80-20, and then you're having like 70-30, and then 50-50, and then 40-60.
Yeah.
As long as you keep it like 80-20, you'll always stay winning.
That's true. That's true.
And a lot of it's about preparation too. So like if you're always traveling, I have in my mind like what are like the 3 to 5 snacks that will help. Like when I was in Barcelona or Greece, like I didn't have my normal places.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, what yogurt can I get from the store that has like 30 grams of protein? And so like every time I'd go to the store, I'm like, I'm getting water and I'm getting protein.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because as boring as it is, the only way to build muscles with protein, the only way.
Right.
So.
Now, you've been asking me quite a bit of questions throughout this video. So I'm going to ask you one.
Okay.
If you were to give, someone my age just any advice, like what would you say to someone who's my age and looking to better themselves, in life in general?
100%.
Is there anything you would have wished you would have done at my age differently?
1,000%. The number one thing that I would have got really, really good at is, and you're not going to think that this is what you were going to say, but I would say it's practicing gratitude. It's practicing gratitude. And I spent a lot of like years of my life, like in college, like avoiding a breakup by like doing all the bad things, like, the alcohol and all the festivities. And like, I was really avoiding and pushing down pain that was hurting me for a really long time.
Right.
And then when I had my training company built by Bryan, that's one of the first, like during those years that I really got into personal development and like health and wellness, all those things. But we all have like trauma and things that it's the foundation, right? And if you don't ever look at those things and really like dig into them and discover what's there, you'll never be able to expand your cup, your capacity.
Yeah.
And so gratitude and practicing, honestly, it was like a practice in like letting go of certain things. But when you give gratitude, like you're actually like telling yourself, these are the things that I value.
Right.
And every day and night you're saying, hey, this is what I value, this is what I value, this is what I value. But when you know what you value, you also know what does not fit that value.
Right.
And so it gives you so much clarity. And
Did you do anything to really dive into those kind of things? Did you journal or write down like the things that you were actually grateful for? Or,
so one of the best things has been like the 5-minute journal. And so it's like literally $20 on Amazon. And it's like, it has a prompt like beginning of the day and end of the day. And so for me, that was like the first
thing you started doing?
The first thing I started doing. And I think I filled out like 3 of them and then like referred them to like everyone that I know. Because that helped me get through like, to really build the mental space.
Right.
So that's probably where I would start.
And you would do, like you said, the one in the morning and one at night every single day?
Every single day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it changes too. Like you'll realize like the stuff you because it says like, what are you grateful for at the beginning of the day? At the end of the day, it's like what went well and what would you have done differently? And I think just having those conversations that otherwise you just like go to bed or. Yeah. So those conversations are so valuable. It's like a football player, like watching the game tape. Like, let me go back to the day. What did happen? What went well and what didn't?
That's cool. Do you ever go back and reread those, or? You
know what? I have, because I found some of them, and I'm like, dang. I'm like, just all the different stuff. Like, you know.
I think what's cool about doing stuff like that is there's probably so many things in our days that we forget, right? And would never think about again. But if you're writing it down, what you're grateful for every morning and every night of every day, you can go back and look at those journals and remember some of the things that happened in your life that you're grateful for. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, and also like all of it has value. Like things that went well, like they're good to experience and feel, even if it's the second time.
Yeah.
But also the things that didn't go well, you're like, what would I have changed? What could I have done differently? And those are like, for personal development, are like invaluable.
Yeah.
Like to give yourself time. So journaling is what I would say. And then eat your protein.
Eat your protein.
Every day forever. If I start eating my protein like at 15, I'd be the biggest person in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, so 12 to 15.
Okay.
You took a half-hour break, so I think you should go.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
You're good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it. 5, 6, 7, 8. Past halfway. 9. You got it. 10. 5 more. 1, 2, 3. Keep going, brother. 4. Nice. 5. Go 5 more. I'm with you. Let's get it. 1. All you. 2. 3 more. There you go. Last 2. Beast. And last one. Okay. Jeez, you're not playing with your goals.
Huh?
You put it out in the universe and say, I'm going to get jacked. And you're just like, whoosh.
Exactly.
Go. All right, so I got one for you. So what does it look like what does your life feel like when you're jacked? Like, how does that feel? How do you envision yourself?
I envision myself hopefully being more productive.
Okay.
Being happier.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's like kind of what comes with, all of that, because you build good habits, you build good discipline. If you truly are shredded and jacked, it took discipline to get there. It took time,
correct,
and energy. And so ultimately, if you have those things, you put a lot of time to get there. So I think you build a good schedule in your routine, which ultimately will probably make you a happier person, because you'll be happier with yourself. You'll feel hopefully cleaner.
Do you think? Would you say that you're a happy person right now?
I am.
You're a happy person.
I am.
Yeah.
But I definitely think like I'd be happier with myself.
Got it.
And
okay.
proud of myself.
Oh, okay.
That I was able to do that. So
Jay, you're telling me all that you've done at such a young age. Do you feel proud of yourself, or do you find it hard to kind of give yourself that room to feel that way?
I acknowledge the things that I've done, and I look at it, and I'm happy with it. But I always strive for more.
Understood.
And I think that is a good and bad thing.
Yeah.
So, because I think it's good to be, content and happy with yourself, but also striving for more is good.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's necessarily good if you're always chasing something in life.
Oh, that's deep.
So, it's kind of like the thing: is it ever enough for you, right? Is there always something else, right? So I think it's good to take time for yourself and actually be happy with where you are and be grateful instead of always chasing for something.
Yeah. It's but I do find that that's like the common thread with a lot of people that are very successful. Like you take Tom Brady for example. Yeah. He wins the Super Bowl, and then the next day he's like watching the tape, and he's like, his mind's already in training camp for next season.
I know. Yeah. Let's focus on that for a second. Like celebrate,
Give yourself a week. Give yourself some time.
Yeah.
So
that's why I said there's pros and cons to it.
So we kind of always find ourselves hungry to go to do the next thing. Yeah. Okay, speaking of which, I know we've already done a lot. We're going to do a little bit more. Let's do one more set. All right. So this is going to be as many as you can with this, and then we're done. And that's it.
All right, let's do it.
Let's get it. Nice. Nice. Here we go. 6. There you go. 9. 10. You got it, brother. Let's keep going. 11. 12. Crushing it. 13. Keep going. 14. 15. You got more. You
I know.
16. Well done. Oh, yeah. Yep. 17. 18. Nice. Keep going. You got 3 more to beat where you were at last time. Let's get it. 19. Beast. 2 more. Here you go. 20. 1 more. Set the new record. And 21. Killing it.
Wow.
I saw you wanted to go for more. You're good though. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Good shit. Well done.
That was good. That was good.
Well done, my friends.
I need to breathe.
Good work, huh?
I need to breathe more.
Yeah, that's the key. That's the key. We can put that away too if you want to.
Okay. Whew.
Okay. Let's finish it off. Okay. 5.
Let's go, Bryan. Nice.
And 9. 30.
Yeah, I gotta go too because I gotta hurry up. My phone.
Okay. That's good. Whew.
Let's go.
All right. So I think, boom,
That was good.
crushed it. We crushed it. So
You didn't crush your skull?
we didn't crush our skulls. Our skulls are still intact,
Yeah.
which is like, if anything, like knock on wood. So that's good.
Knock on wood.
So today, first of all, thank you, Jay.
Of course.
Thank you to
Anytime.
our guest here, Jentzen.
I hope to be back.
Yeah.
So maybe we can do one with more people.
Let's
Maybe
go.
me, you, and the twins or something. I don't
Okay.
know. Something.
Well, so no, you told me your goal, which is
Yeah.
to get jacked. So off camera, I'm going to ask you how soon you want to get jacked,
Okay.
and then we're going to be accountability partners to help you get
That's awesome.
wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
And I'll hold you accountable,
Let's do it.
and then you'll hold
I'd
you
love that.
accountable.
Yeah.
So there we go. That'll be the next stages of it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So stay tuned.
Yep.
And thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching. This has been
course.
Iron Church episode number 2.
Yes. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. It'll help Bryan out.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Let's have some fun together.
Let's do it.
However I can help your life is my number 1 goal. Let's do it.
All right. Thank you for having me, Bryan. Appreciate it.